My name is Chip Fasciana. I'm a visual artist who lives in Albany and Troy, New York. I split my time between here and San Diego, California. I used to work for one of America's largest corporations, and over 20 years ago I left the corporate world and started doing art. I've been a painter and multimedia artist for over 20 years, and I've been painting murals for about 10 years. When I realized the proximity we were at when first arriving to the building, to the Hudson River, all I could think about was how I used to fish all the time with my good friend and his family down here where the Hudson meets the Mohawk. And we would be fishing down there, and we talk about Native Americans having sacred Indian ground right where these massive and amazing rivers met, and the Erie Canal started right down there. And we would talk about all these interesting things that once used to thrive in that river, and then as we know the history of the river, things changed, and I think we're in the process of the river having a renaissance in a lot of ways, having gotten cleaned up, and we have species coming back to life like the sturgeon that's on the wall here. And it was inspired by my friend's father catching a sturgeon on one of those fishing outings. The sturgeon's animal symbolism is perseverance, and that's why the huge word perseverance is on the side of the wall. Sturgeons have been around 200 million years. They're a living dinosaur, which is amazing. And they essentially became extinct in our river, but they recently found a 14-foot one just south of here on the Hudson River. So it's really exciting that they are reported to be coming back. One of the other reasons that perseverance is linked to them is that sturgeon are like salmon in that they swim upriver against the stream against insurmountable odds. But unlike salmon dying after that long process, sturgeon go back and do it again, and they live to be up to 100 years old. And to me, in putting that word onto the wall, in no small way was that linked to what the folks who live directly in this community have had to go through in their lives. The black folks of not only Troy, but all of America, we know that story, and nobody can relate better to perseverance than black communities. And we all can relate to perseverance in our own independent ways as we drive by and walk by. Having researched Troy's history and Native American history, we embedded some interesting symbols into the base of the mural here. RPI's first building was down on the corner, so we have an engineering symbol embedded in there. We also have Native American symbols like the hawk, the peace pipe. We have the Hiawatha belt, which is a really interesting Native American symbol where near here they had 5 tribes of New York State and surrounding area Native American tribes came to peace together, which I thought was a very positive message to embed in our mural. We have Uncle Sam's hat embedded in there. Everyone knows that one. We have the Bessemer stove. Troy was the largest producer of horseshoes at one time. Last but not least, Kate Mullaney, the first female women's union leader in the U.S. Her house was right up the hill here, so that's huge. As Troy's having a renaissance, it's a really good time for us to remember some of these historical things. And you know, they say if you don't know where you're from, you don't know where you're going, right? This mural was a huge community effort. There were a lot of people and organizations involved to help to make this happen. I'm really appreciative to have been a part of this. The City of Troy has been a generous sponsor of the project. Barb Nelson at TAP Incorporated, Brian McCandless, the building owner, Elizabeth Reese at the Arts Center in Troy, HGTV and Sherwin-Williams helped with the paints on this project, so we're really proud and excited about that relationship. The Children's Museum of Troy and Don Rittner both helped me research the historical aspects of the Hudson River, conservation, as well as the industrial history and the people's history of Troy, New York, as well as Native Americans living on the river right in this area before Troy was even developed. The Flowers family and many members of the community here helped me actually apply paints to the wall as part of this project for one big day, and then on many ensuing days I had some of the young kids in the community come and help me fill in a lot of the lower paint portions of the project. So it was really cool as an artist to be able to interact with the community and people right on the surface of my work.